What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's the Golden Gate Commuter. Silver hits all-time highs. We hit $121 with some change as of today. Today's January 26, 2026. Gold also hit its all-time highs at 5,600, I think. But then everything came crashing down. Last time I checked, gold was at 5,200, I think, 5,300, and silver was at $113, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, is this a crash? Are you guys selling? Let me know. Is this something that are you guys a little bit worried about the market? I personally not worried. And are you guys buying? I personally am gonna keep purchasing silver just because it's part of my investment strategy. I mean, you have to keep investing. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm not saying to invest to silver or gold. All I'm saying is that if you're a smart individual and you see how everything's playing out with geopolitics, the Federal Reserve. Matter of fact, I was watching Peter Schiff's show live stream yesterday. But anyways, hold on. I'll get back to that right now. The Federal Reserve. So Peter Schiff mentioned that I guess Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve chairman, said yesterday that he's not worried about the price of gold skyrocketing or silver. I'm not sure if those are his exact words. Don't quote me on that. But that's what Peter Schiff said, something along those lines. The fact that you have a central banker dismissing the prices of precious metals. I mean, even the name itself should let you know. Precious metals, you know what I mean? People just, for whatever reason, dismiss the name of it, but whatever, right? Oh, this is government housing where we're entering right now. These are called the Alamany projects. It's a housing unit where low income. This is practically a hood, neighborhood. Anyway, as a kid, I used to come out here all the time. You know, I had a few friends that used to live out here. But yeah, it's pretty dangerous. You don't want to be out here at night for sure, or just around. Period. Anyways, this is part of my commute today. Anyway, so these people, right? So you have the chairman of the Federal Reserve dismissing gold and silver, dismissing the precious metals. The number one asset in the world that's always been money, and it's probably gonna always be money, which is gold. And you're just saying like, yeah, I don't really care what happens to gold. I'm not really paying attention to the price of gold, where it's moving at. That's freaking insane. Just for the fact that the gold is money. You know what I mean? Anyway, so when you have Jerome Powell saying that, you have them printing money. You have all these moving parts that are pretty much are against your benefits, right? Against your own well-being. And then you have Bitcoin that dropped. I think it dropped like $5,000. It went down to like $82,000, $83,000. I'm not necessarily a big fan of Bitcoin. Anyways, either. So I'm not a big fan of Bitcoin either. But I'm gonna let you guys know why I think silver's still cheap, right? So back in let's say you bought gold when it was like a $500 an ounce. Way back when Peter Schiff was letting everyone know that, hey, gold is or at $800 an ounce or $1,000 an ounce. As a matter of fact, a year ago you were able to purchase gold for $2,700, around that, $2,800 an ounce. A year ago, gold was still accessible to the average Joe. You know, $2,700. Oh, okay. You know what? Who wants to spend $2,700? No, and I'm generalizing, right? Anyway, so I'm generalizing, right? And it was still accessible for the average person. What we have now is gold at 5,300, right? That's what it was trading at. The highs is 5,600. Let's call it after spot. After spot, let's call it 5,500, right? Let's say you can find gold at 5,500. Most people don't have $5,500 laying around. You know, to spend on like how Dave Ramsey, it's a rock. That boomer, I can't stand that boomer. Anyways, who you know, most people are emotionally tied to the fiat currency, and the higher the price goes, the more attached they're gonna be to it. This is my opinion, right? Where only the smart individuals or just the people that are aware and people that actually have money, right? They're not gonna care what the price is of gold. Let's say it shoots, hypothetically speaking, let's say it shoots up to 10,000. They're not gonna care because they know what they have in their pocket is fiat. It's made up, right? Back to generalizing, right? When gold was at $2,700, you can still convince people to buy in. Right now, yeah, you're gonna see a lot of people that are gonna buy in. They're gonna be panicking. They're gonna say, "Holy shit!" People that have some savings, you know, those are the people that are gonna pay a premium, you know, extra for gold when they could have got it at $2,700 a year ago, right? But that's not my point. My point is that most people don't even have $400 saved up. I mean, look this up on Google. I'm not making this thing up where most households can come up. If they had a $400 in emergency, they couldn't come up with it. Either they'd have to borrow or they're screwed. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, most people are already priced out when it comes to gold. They're priced out of the market. Silver, on the other hand, is still cheap. Even a year ago, you could get it for like $30 an ounce. Fast forward to today, right? It's at 113. As high as is 121. Let's call it 100 and let's say for 125 if you want to check out the city. Let's call it spot price. Let's call it out the door if you wanted to get an ounce of silver, 125, right? $125. That's still a price point where the average individual can still buy silver. You and I, we can still go to the either a coin shop or, if you know, a coin dealer. Beautiful out here, right? This is one of the. I'm gonna get off topic real quick. This is why people pay a lot of money to live out here. That's why we pay a lot. Check it out. While everyone's the rest of the country is facing through winter, look at us. We got nice, sunny, 68-degree weather, I think it is. And And obviously some parts of the city aren't as nice as where I'm at right now, but I enjoy this. I love this. The weather, I think it's worth paying a little bit more to live out here. You know, can I go to a tax-free state? Of course. Anyway, so silver is still at a price point where you and I can still buy it and not necessarily cripple our finances or strain our finances. If you can only afford an ounce a month, which is $25, let's call it $35 a week, you save that up and you can only afford a 1 ounce a week, that's still doable. Most people won't dream of owning an ounce of gold now, let alone 6 months from now, if they keep printing money, if they keep doing their if they keep up with the irresponsibilities. So anyways, yeah, we can still, I'm still purchasing silver. Do we not like the price point? Yeah, no problem, dude. Do I prefer the older prices? Of course, who doesn't? That's still that's not my argument. My argument is that you, the average individual, hasn't been priced out. And the fact that we haven't been priced out, it's a good sign. That means there's still time. But time is ticking. I mean, you guys are seeing how quick it's rising. A month ago, everyone was, oh, no, 80 was too expensive. 70 was too expensive. 75 was too expensive. Now, we're looking at 100 and, call it 121. That's the highest. Could I be wrong? Of course. Remember, this is unlicensed, unprofessional, non-advice. I'm not giving you guys advice. I'm just giving you guys my opinion on the state of silver as of today. I'm gonna keep buying. I'm gonna cost average. That's what I'm doing. At this point. And honestly, I'm buying because what the hell am I supposed to do with this fiat currency? Look, I'm out here about to exercise, about to go on this hike. We're at Bernal Heights. I'm gonna go exercise real quick, get the blood flowing. Have to show you guys around, the city. But anyway, so the fact that we haven't been priced out, and that's a separate argument that people don't want to pay 121, especially if you've been stacking for years, saving silver for years. And I know it seems like a rip-off. A lot of you people may seem like, damn, it's a rip-off, or it's a bubble. It's at a time like everything else can't possibly be a bubble, right? Like the housing market can't possibly be a bubble, or what else? I mean, you guys see it. Car loans. They're about people are defaulting on their car loans or credit cards. Everything is fake out there. And the only tangible asset that holds any real value is in a bubble. Come on, man. Get out of here. Imagine that. Anyways, that's it for today's video. We've reached the top of the mountain. Check it out. That's the end. I come out here maybe like once a week to exercise, get some sun, get some vitamin D while you guys are stuck in the snow somewhere out there, and wherever you're watching my videos from. I'm out here gonna get some sun, probably get a suntan, and And like someone that I know says, like I'm gonna sit back and enjoy the decline. Anyways, that's it for today. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.